This conference will now be recorded.
Today I'm going to brief you about NAAC and IQAC. I know you don't know anything about the NAAC and IQAC apart from your curriculum or the syllabus. So today we'll see a little bit about the NAAC, role of IQAC in the NAAC, why we need to be accredited, what is accreditation, why does this accreditation, all these questions will be answered in the presentation. Hopefully you will understand. And we College of Pharmacy affiliated to KAHE, Yearly Academy of Higher Education Research, Belgavi, we have been accredited twice. Each cycle is for 5 years. And we are entering into a third cycle in 2021. So accreditation is, what is accreditation? Accreditation is the analysis and study of educational programs. It means the quality of the program. So what is the quality? To identify what is the quality of a program is nothing but the accreditation. It creates a set of quality standards for all education institutes. As a student, it may not be important to you, but once you graduate and look for a job, your employers take into consideration this college is accredited or not. If you go to the admission for a higher education in abroad, they look into it, your college is accredited or not. When you are applying for the funds, they look for the accreditation. So it is accredited or not. So overall, what is a NAAC? So I'm just briefing you what is a NAAC. India has one of the largest and diverse education systems in the world. Privatization, widespread expansion, increased autonomy, and introduction of programs in new and emerging areas have improved across to higher education. At the same time, it has also led to widespread concern on the quality and relevance of the higher education. To address these quality concerns, the National Policy on Education and the Program of Action put out strategic plans for the policies and advocated the establishment of an independent national accreditation agency. Consequently, the National Assessment and Accreditation Council, NAAC, was established in 1994 as an autonomous institution of the University Grants Commission, UGC, with its headquarters situated in Bangalore. So this is a brief note on the NAAC. So what is NAAC? NAAC conducts assessment and accreditation of higher educational institutions such as colleges, universities, or other recognized institutions to derive an understanding of the quality status of the institution. Overall, it's a mandate, a NAAC, as reflected in its vision statement, is in making a quality assurance an integral part of the functioning of higher education institute. Coming to the vision, what is that it does? What is the vision of a NAAC? To make quality the defining element of higher education in India. Through a combination of self and external quality evaluation, promotion, and sustenance initiatives. So the quality is the main one, and you are self-evaluating yourself, and externally you are giving it for evaluation, and you are promoting the quality, and you are going to sustain that quality initiative throughout the career of a student. What is the mission? The mission statements of the NAAC aim at translating the NAAC's vision into action plans. So the vision is made into action plans, and the missions are follows as like this: to stimulate the academic environment for promotion of quality of teaching, learning, and research in higher education, to arrange for periodic assessment and accreditation of institution of higher education, to encourage self-evaluation, accountability, autonomy, and innovations in higher education, to encourage to undertake quality-related research studies, consultancy, and training programs. So this all is a mission of a NAAC. Now, why we need this accreditation? So why you need as a student accreditation, you know now, you need a quality education, you will have a certificate, and later when you go have it with a certificate, when you go out for a job, your employer will look for a accreditation status of a college. When you want to go higher education in the reputed institutions of India and abroad, they look for a accreditation status of your institution. And when you're applying for a funds for a research after your degree or a master degree, they look where you have studied is it's given a quality education or not. The quality comes from the accreditation. So if your college is accredited or not, they look for it. Now, as a whole, when you look for a nation, what is the use of this accreditation to the nation? Why we need this? It's a contribute to the national development. How it contribute to the national development? The getting accredited institution is not easy. You need many parameters to be looked for or upgraded. So when you are doing the quality education, when you're quality education, what you are contributing to a national development. The role of higher education institutes is significant in human resource development and capacity building of individuals to cater to the needs of economy, society, and the country as a whole, thereby contributing to the development of the nation. So we have a human resource. The human resource need to be a capacity building individuals. Each one need to be a trained, a skilled person with the values. Then it can definitely contribute to the national development. So NAAC looks into the ways higher education institutes have been responding to or contributing towards the national development. NAAC and ensures that they are contributing to the national development or not.
Hello.
Second one. Yeah.
Hello. Ma'am, sorry to be interrupting, but your voice is not clear.
Excuse me now.
No, ma'am. It's really not clear.
1 second, ma'am. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you are audible, but the voice quality is not good, the sound quality.
What I can do now?
Maybe you're too close to your mic or something.
Sorry. Just take it out, ma'am, now.
Yeah, it's just the same now.
Okay.
Is this the problem with everyone, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am.
1 second, 1 second.
Okay. Can you hear?
Yes, ma'am. Now it is clear.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am.
I mean, it's
Yes, ma'am.
clear.
Yes, ma'am.
fostering global competencies among students. So NAAC ensures a skill development of students on par with their counterparts elsewhere in the world. With a liberalization of economic activities, there is a, my God. What I'm supposed to do. It's getting echoed.
Ma'am, nothing is audible properly.
You can hear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Yeah. Coming to after the contribution to the national development, let us go to the fostering global competencies among the students. The NAAC ensures skill development of students on par with their counterparts elsewhere in the world. We make sure that you are more competent throughout your education. With liberalization and globalization of economic activities, there is a demand for internationally acceptable standards in higher education. Therefore, the NAAC examines the role of higher education in preparing the students to achieve core competencies to face global challenges successfully. In turn, this requires higher education to be innovative, creative, entrepreneurial in their approach. So NAAC looks for its innovation in the teaching learning, creative, and entrepreneurship should be incorporated into the syllabi. Inculcating a value system, which is India, once what we are good for a value system or value-based education, that we are inculcating now into the students. The NAAC ensures the value system in the education. Although skill development is a crucial to the success of students in the job market, skills are of less value in the absence of appropriate value system. So it is very essential that students imbibe the appropriate core values such as a mutual understanding, cooperation between the students, and along with appropriate learning experience and opportunity. This is the value-based education is very important. The NAAC assesses and examines these core values are inculcated in the students or it is incorporated in the syllabi or not. The next one is promoting the use of technology. NAAC accreditation would look at how the higher education institutes have put in place their electronic data management system, electronic resources, and their access to internal and external stakeholders. So for example, you can go to website and you can see all the information about the college and the university which is provided in the website. So ICT enabled technology should be adopted for teaching and learning, and we know the conventional teaching you may not like now. So we are adopting ICT enabled technology. Probably the last but not the least, what accreditation ensures is a quest of excellence, contributing to the nation building and skills development of students. Higher education institutes should demonstrate a drive to develop themselves into a
Ma'am, your
center of.
voice is not audible. I mean, it's not clear, ma'am.
My God. So excellence in all that they contribute to the overall development of the system of higher education of the country as a whole is a quest of excellence. So I think you can hear me now.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, your voice is audible.
Okay. Sorry for
Yeah,
the
ma'am, your
disturbance.
voice.
I think you have to be here. The NAAC accreditation, or we go in see this accreditation, it's not a simple process or a procedure. So here in the NAAC, we have a many criteria which actually teachers look into where the student will not get directly involved, but your contribution to the accreditation is very much important. So here we do it in a criteria wise and we have segregated, we do the documentation of the work. So it's that, so the documentation also will be done in a criteria and it is segregated into a different criteria. We have a 7 criteria. So here, the first criteria 1, it includes a curricular aspects, which is very important. The criteria 2 is a teaching and learning, and the criteria 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 of not much important, and the involvement of a student is very less in case of a teaching and learning process. When it comes to the criteria 1, curricular aspects, it includes a curriculum design and development, curriculum planning and implementation, academic flexibility, curriculum enrichment, feedback system. So in case of curriculum design and development, this is one of the significant responsibilities of the university. Our syllabi is prescribed by the PCA, still we have a significant role in modifying to 20% of its the syllabi. And so how much it is required, what is that it is excluded and included. So the curriculum design and development is a complex process of developing appropriate need-based inputs in consultation with expert groups and based on the stakeholders. Curriculum comprises of a program outcomes, course outcomes, syllabus, evaluation process, etc. These are all will be defined by the university. So coming to this curriculum planning and implementation is the work of an affiliated or the constituent college of a university which adopts the curriculum provided by the university. So there is no much of, except giving the inputs, there is no much contribution of affiliated college for the curriculum design and the development. Coming to academic flexibility, this refers to freedom in the use of time frame of the courses. It might be horizontal mobility, interdisciplinary options, etc. It will come in academic flexibility. Curriculum enrichment, yes ma'am?
I'm really sorry to be interrupting again, but the voice is really not clear.
Okay.
Ma'am, why don't we shift the meeting to Zoom or something?
Can you hear me, Mama?
You are audible, but the voice is not clear.
Oh, I've taken off my earphones, headphones. Still you're not audible? I'm not
No,
audible?
ma'am, you are
No,
audible,
ma'am.
but the voice is not clear.
Ma'am, it might be a glitch.
Yeah.
Ma'am, keep distance. The speaker, they will. I'm sending you the earphone, ma'am.
Coming to the feedback system, hope you are audible now. I'm audible now.
No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Ma'am, please continue.
No,
You are
ma'am.
audible now.
Okay. Coming to the curriculum enrichment, holistic development of students is the main purpose of curriculum. A progressive university would provide a wide range of such value-added courses for students to choose from their interests and inclinations. So value-added courses are one of the one which will actually sensitize the cross-cutting issues of the nations. So one more is a feedback system, which feedback from stakeholders will be taken on the curriculum, and based on their needs, the curriculum will be designed, where we'll have a 20% to modify based on their needs of a society and the stakeholders, that will be modified based on the feedback system. Coming to the criteria 2, coming to the criteria 2, teaching, learning and evaluation process, which is very important to you. This pertains to the efforts of the institution to serve students of a different background abilities through effective teaching learning experience. So the first one is student enrollment and profile. This is a process of admitting students to the program. So we, based on the norms of a university, the enrollment and the profile of a student is checked and it is admitted, and catering to the students' diversity. So expected to satisfy the needs of our students from the diverse background. So it is the background and the quality, or based on the students, we differ in teaching and learning, and we modify the teaching and learning process to the students based on their need. So how it is done in teaching learning process, it's been done. The teaching learning modalities of the institutions are rendered to the relevant of a learner group. The learner-centered education through the participative learning, experiential learning, collaborative learning will facilitate effective learning. Of late, digital resources for learning have become we have become available, and this makes learning more individualized, creative and dynamic. So coming to the teacher profile and quality, so in terms of their qualification, faculty available, profile development, this all will be looked in the teacher profile and the quality. Evaluation process and reforms, which is very important for our students. This is a key indicator of assessment of teaching, learning and evaluation process. It covers the examination, its transparency, quality of questions given in the examination, regularity of examination, declaration of results within the time. This all will be comes under the evaluation process and the reforms. The next one is student performance and learning. So this is the one, student performance and learning outcomes. This is based on the examination. So we see that our POs are attained, program outcomes are attained. So that is done in the course outcome, and later we modify, or we see that in continue, which madam has given yesterday, the brief introduction of the continue process. In that we see that the whatever the course outcome is defined is attained or not by the student. If it is not, how to modify that, how to enhance the performance of a student teaching and learning, or how to enhance the performance of a student. The next one is student satisfaction survey, which is very important. This survey is direct indicator of effectiveness of teaching learning in the institutions. So this survey, there is a set of 21 questions given by the NAAC. It will be given to the students.
Ma'am, your voice is not audible.
I'll just reduce the voice in this. Can you hear me now? Criteria 3? Criteria 3?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Wait. Can you see this screen now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Criteria 3 is basically based on research innovations and the extension. It's promotion of research and facilities, resource mobilization for research, innovation ecosystem, research publications, and awards, consultancy, extension activities. This is basically with the teachers where this criteria seeks information on the policies, practices, and outcome of the institution with respect to research, innovation, and extension. It deals with the facilities provided and efforts made by the institution to promote a research culture, especially in the teachers. The promotion of research and facilities for the teachers when it is given, they update their knowledge, their research in a way which is going to be help to the student.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, the screen is not visible.
Just check it out.
Ma'am, there is no PPT going on.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. The screen is not visible.
It's completely blank.
Can you see the? Yes. Now, can you see the screen?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Now it is visible.
Yes, ma'am. Now we can.
Yes, ma'am.
Research, innovation, and extension. It's majorly a promotion of research and facilities, resource mobilization for research, innovation ecosystem, research publication and awards, consultancy, extension activities. This is basically for teachers, which will promote the research, or this will seek the information on the policies and practices and outcome of an institution with respect to the research, innovation, and extension, which will help the students later. Means when you get promoted or when you do a research, so this will definitely help the students to cater their needs. Coming to the criteria 4, it majorly the infrastructure and learning resources. This includes the physical facilities, clinical equipment and laboratory learning resources, library as a learning resource, IT infrastructure, maintenance of campus infrastructure. So this is probably you would have got an insight of a campus. This is the majorly about the facilities without which we will not get accredited. So this is a basic infrastructure which is provided by the institution. Next one is criteria 5, student support and progression. In the student support and progression, student support, student progression, student participation and activities, and alumni engagement. So institution provides necessary assistance to students in the guidance as in a guidance cell, placement cell, grievance redressal cell, guidance and counseling system, a scholarship. These all will come under the student support and progression. For scholarship, we have a cell which will look after a scholarship which comes from a government and a private organization, which you can apply and take a benefit of it. And we have a dynamic placement cell where you will be placed. Probably you would have got an insight of a placement cell also. Placement cell, guidance cell, we have the vice principal is heading the placement cell, and you will be placed as soon as you complete the degree course. So we have a strong alumni, which it gives a strong support to the institution in an academic and non-academic matter, probably giving a seminar or a guest talk or visiting to a college and addressing the students. These are all the alumni engagement or the alumni support what we get it. And we have an alumni association also, which is headed by Dr. Sujit Kumar, and we have a vibrant alumni association. So student participation and activities, you will have a sports, cultural head is there, and they will conduct the cultural activities, and there is a sports coordinator who will conduct the sports almost for more than a week, and you can participate and you can enjoy those moments of your college. The next one is criteria 6. It's governance, leadership, and the management. As you all know, with the able leadership of Dr. Raman Bank Principal, the college is running so smoothly, and we are conducting all the curriculum with an expert team. It contains an institution vision and leadership, strategy development and deployment, a faculty empowerment strategies, a financial management and resource mobilization, and internal quality assurance system. So in the internal quality assurance system is done by a IQAC, internal quality assurance cell. So this is headed by me, which will look after all these criteria. So this is basically of the governance and the leadership management. Coming to the criteria 7, it's of institution values and the best practices. So this includes the values and the social responsibilities and the best practices and the institutional distinctiveness. It's any practice that you practice for a long time, which you feel that it is a best, probably in a value-based system or in the syllabi or something else which is inculcating in the students, is always a best practice. This you can always, as an extra, you can always add into a syllabi, or it's a mandatory one, and you are inculcating that into a students. So these all, when we meet these all 7 criteria and you go for accreditation, we get, there is a different grades, A+, A++ for 5 years. And we have got, after meeting all these criteria, we have got an A++ for twice. So 2010 to 15, 15 to the 2020, and we are entering into a 3rd cycle in 2021, and we have all prepared to go for a next cycle of accreditation. So this, once you have an accreditation for 5 years, usually what we do, once we complete the exam or a sessionals or a test, we have a tendency to forget the syllabus, or that what you have learned about chapter, you usually have a tendency to forget, oh, now it's got over, let me complete it, let me go further. It's not in case of accreditation. We always have to maintain what are the quality we have given, what are the facilities, infrastructure that has to be maintained for another 5 years. These maintenance of quality will be looked after by a cell called internal quality assurance cell. So this internal quality assurance cell will make sure that whatever you have given an assurance of a quality in the 2010 should be continued another 5 years till they come for a second cycle or when you apply for a second cycle of a NAAC. Now, what is the objective of this internal quality assurance cell? To develop a system of conscious, consistent, and catalytic action to improve the academic and administrative performance of the institution. It majorly promotes the best practices. So it makes that it consistent to be at the quality. Coming to its So in this consistency and the quality assurance will be evolved mechanisms and procedure by ensuring timely, efficient, and progressive performance of academic, administrative, and financial tasks. It's relevant and quality academic research programs, a periodic conduct of academic and administrative audit, which will be conducted every 3 months from an IQAC cell, just to ensure that everything is going smoothly. The credibility of assessment and evaluation, a documentation and dissemination of the various quality parameters of higher education. Coming to the institutional integrity, which is more important, we have to join hands together to get a good quality of education. So you have to, the major objective of or the outcome of a IQAC cell is institutional integrity. We have to go as a family, as a hand in hand to have a quality education. And it will ensure well-organized documentation cell. You can see in the picture, there is a disordered documents. You can see the well-organized where you will have a less time to fetch a document. The next outcome of this is effective student support. It ensures that whatever the support to be given for the student is given in a timely manner, and it has to be an effective manner. And academic monitor cell for excellence. After all, if we are doing everything is for the academic, for your academic excellence. So it monitors it acts as a cell which monitors the excellence. So it's ultimately we are making you the best overall quality students. We are giving a quality education to the students where you will have you will emerge as a best student of a nation. So this is all of a IQAC, and overall NAAC and IQAC is ensuring the quality of an education with value based. Thank you. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. I know I faced many technical issues. I wanted to be the best. That's why probably I changed the place. I got it there at trouble. I'm sorry for the disturbance, and hopefully the next session will be the best. Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Thank you.
No,
Thank
ma'am.
you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
No,
you.
ma'am.
Thank
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.